Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Brian. I live in a 900 square foot loft in Toronto with my wife Lauren and my rescue Iro. Welcome. So starting off on the right here, we have a pretty big closet that stores a bunch of our jackets. It goes pretty deep and it goes all the way down to the stairs that you'll see very soon. You'll see all around us, we have a lot of hats, a couple of bags around, and some bag charms down here as well. And also a bunch of shoes down here. With the shoe rack, we actually built this ourselves. We went to Home Depot, bought some plywood, got some screws, and just nailed everything together. And now we just have a nice hallway of shoes and nice and clean. And here's a painting that my wife's father made. We shipped it from our hometown in Winnipeg. She comes from a pretty creative family and he liked to paint and do a lot of different creative things in a lot of different mediums. And to the left here is where we sleep. It's our bedroom. It's a bit cozy and a bit smaller, but we wanted a bit more privacy from the mezzanine, which is where we have our workspace. And when we go through the hallway here, we'll take you through to the living slash dining slash kitchen area. A lot of stuff that we have here is actually secondhand or just curated or collected through the past decade. I'm unsure of how I would really describe our style. I guess it would lean more maximalist and yeah, just a lot of things that just define our culture and heritage. And over here is a shelf that we made ourselves. We found a tutorial online and it's made out of MDF and PVC tubes. It houses some arts, some cameras that my wife has. I'm a big candle guy, so I light a lot of candles, and having a candle light actually preserves the duration of the candle a lot, which is really nice. We have a bunch of board games here too, like some Stardew Valley, some puzzles, and we've actually been playing a lot of Mahjong as well. So yeah, it's just a lot of games, and when we have people over, it's just nice to have. And to the left of me, we have some magazines on display. We got some apartmentos to show off some interior design, and we also have a nice fisheye mirror that really encapsulates the entire living room. I feel like the living room is like the star of the show at our loft, so just having a nice mirror that just captures everything is just really cool and very photographable as well. This round table here, we got in the east end of Toronto. We got it from a place that sells old film equipment, and we just love it because the roundness just invites a lot of guests over. We love the chrome tulip base down there as well, which is really nice and shiny. And another big reason why we love this table is because it's a perfect size for 4-player Mahjong and board games. Over here in this window, it actually connects to our bedroom, so if you raise the blinds, it would get a lot of really nice sunlight as well. And over here is a panel that we've had since 2015, I believe. One of our first spaces in Vancouver. It used to be an old bookshelf that we cut up when we moved to Toronto. It's signed by every guest that's pretty much been here for over the past decade, and we really cherish it. And then if I pan you down here, we have Iro's eating section where he has his water, his nice little mat, and his food that I cook from. And right here is actually a cool graffiti piece that Lauren's brother made with marker and put on canvas. Just a really nice graph piece with Iro, and we love it a lot, and it's just a nice place to define his little space, I guess. And over here in this little nook and cranny is, I guess, our mini bar. We have a bunch of hard liquor and red wine there. Honestly, I don't really drink that much. I probably only use the red wine for cooking, but it's really nice for when guests are over, and if we need to host them, then they can get a little bit drunk. I also have a bunch of glassware here as well. A lot of cool little cocktail glasses, a lot of fun stuff, and some markers to sign the board, of course. Over here, we have some more art, and we have magnets. Every time we travel, we try to collect a magnet from each place. Just a bunch of magnets from around the world. And then here's our separated kitchen area. I love to eat, I love to cook, and we have a bunch of cool kitchen staples in our pantry. Got a bunch of clay pots. We have a nice carbon steel wok. SodaStream is definitely a staple of mine. I probably drink about 180 liters of carbonated water a month. I'm an absolute sicko. And besides that, it's just a pretty standard kitchen, I would say. The cabinets hold a lot of bowls and cups and a lot of ingredients. And above here is actually, Lauren and I had a date night where we ended up painting each other. So that's a painting of her and Iro that I made of her, and that's a portrait that she made of me. And then right under that is pictures of our family and some art pieces that represent our culture and heritage. And right beside the art pieces, we have 3 plants on top of the cabinets. We have a pothos to the left, a snake plant in the middle, and a ZZ plant on the right. And right here we have 3 IKEA silver shelves right behind the couch to provide some separation between the living room and the kitchen area. Right here I have cast irons, a Dutch oven, some mixing bowls, some water bottles, some cool smokable utilities that don't get used here but double up as cool home decor. We have this cool fruit basket that's kind of bouncy, which is kind of neat. Hosts a bunch of like coffee cups and mugs, more clay pots, some ramen bowls, and then a bunch of our bulk ingredients are just separated into meat piles over here. And then right here is another IKEA unit that we got. We just wanted some additional storage, something to house a microwave, something that holds all of our kitchen knives and like spoons and whatnot. Yeah, it's just nice to double up as a cutting board in case I needed something extra as well. A really cool piece that I love. It's made by our friend Jose Anaya. He pretty much looked over our living room and turned it into 2D pixel art, which I love so much because I'm a big gamer, and also I just love the sentimental detail that he put into this piece. Like, it's just almost like a one-to-one essentially. So we've made a bit of changes, but man, this is just an awesome piece that we love.
We're taking a quick break from the tour to talk about today's sponsor, Monarch. When it comes to managing your personal finances, keeping track of where your money is going every month can feel like a full-time job. That's exactly why we use Monarch. It's a private, ad-free platform that brings all of your credit cards, bank accounts, and investments into one clean dashboard. And it works seamlessly between web and mobile. Getting started is super easy because it securely syncs with over 13,000 financial institutions. Once you're connected, Monarch's flexible budgeting tools let you effortlessly separate your fixed monthly bills from your flexible day-to-day spending. You can fully customize your categories and organize everything exactly how you want. That way your savings goals can stay on track. What really sets them apart is their dedication to privacy. You are the customer here, not the product. So there are absolutely no ads and your data is never sold. You get complete, uncompromised visibility over your net worth and spending. Rather than manually inputting every transaction into a spreadsheet, Monarch syncs everything for you within seconds. If you're looking to simplify and completely level up your financial tracking, click the link in our description below or scan the QR code on screen. And also, make sure to use our code ART50 at checkout to save 50% off of your first year. A huge thank you to Monarch for sponsoring this segment, and now let's get back to the tour.
Over here is my favorite plant. It's the Birds of Paradise plant. We've had it since we moved into this loft about 4 years ago. It started off as a little baby and it's honestly thriving over the past 4 years, and it gets so much sunlight, so much water, and very happy with it. And with that, you'll notice that even though it's a very overcasty day today, we do get a lot of natural sunlight too. That's because we have some pretty high windows that are spread pretty much throughout this entire wall. The reason why this plant thrives, and it's a bit annoying to open because I gotta poke it with a stick, but I mean, I get the job done. This is our bookshelf over here. We both like to read, my wife a bit more than I, but I mean, I do dabble a bit. We have a bunch of books, we have a bunch of trinkets here, some cameras, some comic books here too. And over here is actually 2 books that I'd like to recommend. One is called Denison Avenue. It's made by a Toronto author, and it's about a senior Chinese citizen navigating her way through life, through grief and gentrification through Toronto's Chinatown and what she experiences. And another one is Restaurant Kid. It's a memoir about a girl who lives in a small town of Leamington, Ontario, and how she pretty much grows up being like the only POC within her community. I think these are really excellent books that really just talk about like the Asian Canadian experience, one from a senior's perspective and one from a youth perspective. And another cool thing that you'll notice on the top of our bookcase is this collection of Lucky Cats that's on top of a Sunka board. And a Sunka board is actually a game that's played in the Philippines. We just thought it would be a nice display to show off all our different Lucky Cats. Whenever Lauren sees a nice unique Lucky Cat, she always likes to purchase it and add one to the collection, and really proud of how it's turned out now. She got a copy of Philippines Vogue sent over here from the Philippines. It's of Wang Apo, who is one of the oldest traditional tattoo artists in the Philippines. Lauren is really big on connecting to her culture, and Wang Apo is someone she really admires. To the right corner of the bookshelf, we got these 2 figurines from E Studio Nixon. We just feel like these really look like the both of us, so we thought it was perfect and perfect for display. And we also got one of these white dogs from a blind box actually, which is a nice representation of Iro. So yeah, just having them all here, it just feels like we got a little bit of us in the corner. To show off some furniture in our living space, we got our couch here. We got it on Marketplace about 5 years ago when we first moved to Toronto, and it's been with us since. It's pretty comfy. I find a lot of our guests actually like sleeping here as well, so they tend to doze off here a fair amount. We have a nice chunky coffee table here, perfect for coffee table books, burning incense, and Palo Santo. Also a little bit of a workspace if you want to bring your laptop down and just sit on the ground and whatnot. Got a nice Togo chair here. It's a replica, of course, but I love just like sitting in this chair, being able to play video games, read a book, sit under the birds, and just capture the sunlight. It's a good time, and it's a nice peaceful place in the spot that I like to just chill out in. And to show off some more furniture in our living space, we have this roly-poly chair here. My wife has always wanted it, and I've always thought it was really sleek and nice to sit in as well. Our guests also love it too. A lot of guests, when they visit here, they tend to gravitate towards sitting on this chair. And right under it, it is on top of a Curves by Sean Brown rug, and it's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy theme. And then right beside the rug is a poof that we purchased from Mela Rugs actually, and just a nice layering piece that Iro loves to hang out and sleep on. And then right behind us here is my big old vinyl collection. My vinyl weighs a ton, definitely. Right here I have a Audio-Technica record player that's been with me for about 10 years. I've been collecting vinyl for the past like 15 years, I'd say, just slow and steady, and it's just accumulated to this. The audio receiver and the lattice speakers that we got are from Tonality Records on Dundas. They're a shop that refurbishes old vintage audio equipment, and when we saw these, we just thought it was a really nice piece to fit with all our furniture. Our record shelf, Lauren got for me on one of my birthdays. It's custom made by a local woodworker. It's holding up pretty nicely. And 3 records that I have that I'm really proud of in our collection have this cool Persona 5 soundtrack. It's one of my favorite games and also one of my favorite soundtracks of all time. A lot of jazz, a lot of funk, a lot of soul, a lot of pop. It's amazing. I love the soundtrack. Next one, Madlib Shades of Blue. Madlib is one of my favorite producers of all time. This album, he invades Blue Note, which is a jazz record label, and he remixes a bunch of classics, and honestly, for any hip-hop or jazz collector, this is the one. And the last one here, it's a used copy of the Isley Brothers Harvest for the World. My wife and I, we eloped about 3 years ago, but we've been together for about 17 years, and our song together is At Your Best You're Love, so it's great to just play this on the vinyl and do some slow dancing in the kitchen, and yeah, it's one of our favorite songs. We got these 2 Bluetooth mics, and we just connect it to either, any audio that we please, and almost every weekend we'll just karaoke together. And you'll notice right above me is this nice pendant light. We have some really, really tall ceilings. They're about 16 foot high, and we pretty much just replaced the light bulb that's inside with a Philips Hue light, so we can change color and set the mood whenever we want. Sometimes in the nighttime at like 11 p.m. we'll listen to vinyl, we'll set on some purple light, and then we'll actually put on a star projector. It's really nice mood and it's really chill. And you might also notice on top of the pendant light that we have to illuminate the room, we actually have a bunch of little lamps dispersed throughout the living room to supplement the lighting. So if we wanted not as harsh lighting, we can just set all the mini lamps on, and it's a bit quieter of mood, I guess. With these 16-foot high ceilings, we really wanted to make the most of this wall that's behind us, so we decided to build a gallery wall. And most of the pieces in our gallery wall are pieces that we've collected from traveling, from local markets, or gifts from friends, which is really cool to just fill up the space. And a couple of pieces that we'd like to highlight are this one right here. It's a photo taken by one of the owners of Memento Film Lab, Helder, and it's of the 2019 Raptors Championship after, and it was at Union Station. The next piece I wanted to highlight is this photograph right here. It's taken from our friend Lorenzo, and we love it because he captured a sentimental moment with his Lola, which is grandma in Filipino. Lauren really likes connecting with this photo because she has a deep sense of family as well, and we just love the sentimental feeling of it. And the next piece I wanted to highlight is this piece by a German artist named Philipp Jennecke. The reason why I like this piece is because it's Action Bronson eating at La Bouvette in Paris. I feel like this is a cool piece because it's a cool cross between food, music, travel, and art. And I feel like those are 4 pillars within our relationship, and it's just nice displaying that here. That piece up there, it's made by a Vancouver-based artist named Artie Iguava, who's also a good friend of ours. She made it for us as a wedding gift, and you'll see it's of me swapping a record and Lauren and I are sitting down hanging out in our space. And another art piece I wanted to show off is this Ernie Barnes piece. It's the Sugar Shack. I love it a lot because it inspired a bunch of album covers, or 2 in particular that I love, Marvin Gaye's I Want You and Camp Lo's Uptown Saturday Night. I love that it inspired these albums that I love, and it's just a cool reflection of culture and enjoyment and just being happy. And with some of Lauren's photographs, I just wanted to point some of them out and show them off. We have one right there of a lovely dressed man when we were in Detroit on a road trip. We have one right here, which is just some street photography when we were in Japan, of a Shiba Inu and a guy just walking through the streets. And up there is another piece that Lauren's done, and it's just a guy chilling, hanging out in the park. And we also have this piece right here that we love. We just thought there's just so much going on in this photo, between dude's outfit on the left, the dog that's hanging out in this carriage, the outfits back there. It's a lot of Toronto. It's beautiful. I love it. And right here, before I take you guys upstairs, is actually our magazine rack. We have a bunch of magazines that we've collected over the years too, just whenever we go to random stores and see one that kind of inspires us, is when we'll usually pick it up. Got a RZA one down here. We got some Feels magazines here, which is a local Toronto magazine that touches on a bunch of different feelings per issue. And we also got some Living Hyphen, which I believe is an Asian-owned magazine as well. That's also local to Toronto. And yeah, just a lot of local stuff and just things that inspire us. And now let me take you up to the mezzanine area. This is the mezzanine area where we have our workspaces, we have some gym equipment for some light workouts, and we have a bed and TV for our guests, because we actually have a lot of guests staying with us pretty often, so when they come around, we just have a nice separation here between workspace and guest space. We actually used to sleep upstairs in the mezzanine as well, but then we found that we wanted to find boundary between work and home, so that's why we ported over our room downstairs, and we decided to just have a nice guest room up here. But I mean, sleeping up here is really nice because you do wake up to sunlight and it's glares, it's beautiful, honestly. And 2 more pieces in this guest section that we have that I would want to show off is this teak credenza that we got in Vancouver. It's pretty much one of our first investment pieces that we got when we were adults, and we got it from a guy in Vancouver that refurbishes wooden teak furniture, and it was honestly a piece that I'll never want to give away, so I'll keep it forever, hopefully. And right beside it is actually a Moroccan pouf that I think is really, really cozy and nice to sit on, and I've also had that forever, probably for about 10 years as well. And another piece that I want to highlight, actually this lantern is also pretty cool, I just wanted to shout out, but it's actually this MF Doom rug that my wife got custom made for me one of our Christmases. As you can tell from a lot of our things in our house, I'm a pretty big hip hop head, and MF Doom is one of the goats, so have to give him a shout out. Right over here, I'll show you Lauren's workspace. She works in freelance advertising on her own time, and her desk is a lot more clean, more minimalist, and it's how she likes to work, essentially. And then taking you over to my workspace over here, I'm a video game programmer that works remotely from home, and I have a bunch of trinkets to give my desk a bit of personality. And on my desk, I also have some gifts from work. I got a plush from a character of the game that I work on, Darkest Dungeon 2, shout out to my friends at Red Hook. It's just a bunch of trinkets that I've collected from like blind boxes and friends and whatnot that just add a bit of personality to my desk. And another thing I wanted to highlight is actually this mini Raptors basketball hoop that I have here. Moving from Vancouver to Toronto, one of the big draws for me was actually going to NBA games and catching some live basketball. So yeah, caught one of these nets to put up here, and I can just toss a ball in, airball a couple when I want to unwind, and maybe do some slam dunks when I'm angry. And over here we have a bit more storage. We have an additional closet unit to house a bit more clothing. And in this closet we have a bunch of basketball jerseys to wear to Raptors games, a bunch of art supplies for when Lauren and I want to do painting and drawing or whatnot, and a bunch of miscellaneous storage, I guess. And over here, we actually have a wooden desk area that our landlord set up for us. We put up a sewing machine, and Lauren's been learning how to sew, so she's currently mending things right now, but she's getting better by the day, which is pretty sick. And you'll also notice throughout our house, we do have a bunch of these crates that are scattered just for nice utility storage. They're collapsible, they're stackable, and just really nice, colorful way to brighten up your space. And one thing I wanted to show off here, actually, Lauren got these shoes for me our first Christmas together, actually. They're Reebok pumps, D Brown, limited edition. I used to be obsessed with Reebok pumps. They're not really my style anymore, but I'll never let these go. And over here just connects to our second bathroom, which has a shower and bath. We connected a bootleg TRX to the door as well for when we want to do some light strength exercises. But yeah, it's a pretty simple bathroom, I would say. There's a nice little local art piece in there as well, and also a Keith Haring shower curtain. Thank you so much for viewing our home. This loft is something we're really grateful for. After being together for 17 years, we've accumulated a lot of things from travels and moving from Winnipeg to Vancouver to Toronto. Everything in this home is like a collection of our life, and we're really proud of how everything fits so well into the space. Thanks again, everyone. Iro says bye, and maybe we'll see you walking around the streets. Take care.
Do you want your space featured on one of our home tours? You can submit it using the link in the description below.